All right, this is my client Heidi Forbes, and Heidi and I worked together for 3 months earlier this year, and she has been willing to talk to us about what changes she experienced in her health since we started working together. So, Heidi, thank you so much.
Mhm.
So, I would love to know if you could just give us a recap of where you were at in your health when you and I first met.
Um, I was pretty hopeless. I had been working with doctors for about 6 years and was seeing multiple specialists to deal with what I was considering neurological pain with like muscle cramping, dizziness. I also had insomnia, very bad, chest pains where I would my resting heart rate at some points would be like 140. I
Mhm.
also had high blood pressure, high cholesterol. Um, I think those are all of the symptoms, but the list went on and on. And I had no relief, just lots of different medications that I was having side effects to. And I had stumbled upon you and thought, maybe this is a good opportunity for me to just take my health into my own hands and try something different that I hadn't tried before. And I'm very happy I did.
I'm so glad too, because how many years had this been going on?
Like 6 years.
Yeah, yeah, and you had been to, like you said, multiple specialists, multiple
Yes.
doctors, and had not found relief. So I'm so glad that we met as well and that our paths crossed. So tell me how you're feeling now.
I feel completely different than I did when we met 3 months ago. I feel like the biggest issue that we resolved must have been the blood pressure, because I do think that the medicine they were putting me on for the blood pressure was giving me a lot of side effects. And I think without the medicine, the high blood pressure was making me dizzy. So when we started working to resolve the blood pressure, the dizziness went away and I could actually focus throughout the day. The other was the insomnia, you treating the insomnia and being able to get a good night's sleep just also helps with that mental clarity. I have a very stressful job and it's not easy when you're tired or dizzy and you're trying to present in front of people or lead a conversation and you just don't feel like yourself. The muscle cramping went away completely, so I don't experience that anymore. We did work through a lot of what seemed to have been anxiety related to, multiple scenarios that had occurred throughout my life, but more specifically the loss of my mother, which had happened a year ago. And I guess you don't realize how those things impact you, right? And the fact that you took the time to work with me and not just address the physical ailments, but how maybe, some things in my life were creating that, right? So it's like
Mm, mm,
you took the time to hear me and address the root cause issue. And I just feel like you're not going to find a traditional doctor that's going to do that. I mean, most doctors won't even look at two issues. They're sending you to a million different doctors. None of them are talking to each other.
mm,
So I think the benefit with you was being able to just look at me holistically and really treat everything. And I feel like I have my life back. It makes me a little emotional. Um, I can't thank you enough, honestly.
makes me emotional too, Heidi. Oh, I am so thankful to have been able to work with you and been able to help you get to the place you're at now, because what are some of the things that you've been able to get back to doing or start doing that were just not accessible before?
Just living my life. I recently purchased a house and I'm
Mhm.
not
Yeah.
exhausted all of the time. So I have the energy and stamina to work all day and actually work on the house at night and just, taking the time out to take care of myself and trust myself. That was another thing that I really feel like you helped me um, just kind of take that autonomy back and just listening to my body. I had been going to doctors for so many years that were just telling me I was making it up or there was nothing wrong with me. and you start to doubt your own intuition. And our process together, there were things that we tried that didn't work, and you never once doubted me. You were like,
Mhm.
okay, your body must be telling you something. Let's try something else. And it helped me to just trust myself. So it gave me a level of confidence back that I feel like I had lost.
Mhm. Yeah. And now you have that for life. And I think that's
Yes.
the really exciting thing is that you don't have to rely on external sources to give you that intuition back. Like you have
Right.
that, and you have moved into a place where you are your own healer. And
Yeah.
that's really
Yeah.
the goal.
Yeah. And that's, my God, that's so empowering, right? I
Mhm.
mean, to have struggled for as long as I did, relying on people that just were not helpful at all. And then in 3 months, we're able to mm, just make the progress that we made. It gave me hope again. I mean, I feel like hope is powerful, right?
Yes.
And it gave me the tools that I need, that if my symptoms do start to kind of bubble up, that I now understand my body, I can listen to my body. Um, and throughout the process, you educated me on, why we were doing what we were doing. And that helped me to just understand, as maybe a symptom comes up or I start struggling with it again, how to deal with it without
Mhm.
feeling like I'm dying.
Yeah. 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 Or like your body's this unpredictable, chaotic machine that's
Yes.
giving you signals for no reason that
Yes.
you are so severe because they were so severe that we're requiring emergency medical care in order to
Yes.
tell us, are we okay or not, and what to do. So, yeah, empowering for sure. And that's your birthright, Heidi,
Yeah.
because you that's how you were designed to be able to listen and to respond to what your body's telling you and to heal yourself. So I am so happy for you. And it makes me so happy. It makes me emotional too. So I'm wondering from you if there's any one, two, three things that maybe helped you the most, or it doesn't have to be necessarily a specific aspect that we added in. It could be the way that we worked together. Anything at all that you feel was really transformative for you and maybe stands out to you as being the most helpful. I know a lot of these things are interwoven and it's a holistic approach, but I'm wondering what stands out to you.
Honestly, I feel like the biggest thing to me was you trusting me and coaching me to trust myself,
Mm.
as we went through the process. So, I was nervous to give you feedback that maybe something, hey, I don't like the way this makes me feel, or I think I'm taking too much of this. And, because with doctors, I mean, they literally are just like, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. Take the medicine and you will be fine. And I'm like, it's making me worse.
Mhm.
And you just were like, okay, let's try something else. And we were successful through that. And
Mhm.
you're coaching me and helping me heal through the grief of losing my mom and understanding how that could be triggering some of the physical things that I was dealing with.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, I can't thank you enough, honestly. I never would have been able to achieve that through, just a grief counselor or just a
Mhm.
medical professional.
Mhm. Mhm.
I just think it's very important to look at everything together and
Mhm.
understand that your mind, your body, and what I would call your soul, it's all connected, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
we have to take care of all three of those things in order to really truly heal. And modern medicine often will give you something that's masking those symptoms. And it's just
Mhm.
like you feel soulless, like you don't have life. And
Mhm.
it's this process has helped treat some of the physical symptoms I was having, but it gave me spirit again.
Mhm. That's incredible. Thank you so much, Heidi.
Mm.
Thank you so much for sharing your story. I appreciate it so much.
Yes, thank you for all your help.
It's been my pleasure. Really, it's been my honor.